Hi, I'm Sam Rawls, founder and CEO of Claim Climbers, and a veteran who's gone through this process myself. In this episode, I want to walk you through the different types of VA claims. Because picking the right ones from the start can save you a ton of time. This can also increase your chances of getting approved and help you get every single benefit that you have earned. Now, this is for everyone, whether this is your first time filing, you're trying to increase your rating, or you're dealing with a new condition tied to your service. This is the breakdown you need. Let's take it step by step. Let's start with the most common one, the standard VA disability claim. This is the route most veterans take when they're getting started. Now, this means you submit your claim, and then the VA takes over gathering the evidence. They'll pull your service treatment records, check your VA medical records, and if needed, they'll schedule a C&P exam. And we all know that that is the most dreaded part of every single disability claim. This path is a good fit if you're still organizing your records, you don't have everything ready, or you just want the VA to do most of the legwork for now. There is a major trade-off here, and that's going to be 1, independence, and 2, time. You're probably looking at 6 to 12 months before a decision, depending on the complexity of your claim and the workload at your regional office. A lot of things out of your own hands. But if you're not in a rush and still building your case, this is a steady, reliable place to start. Now let's talk about the fully developed claim, also called an FDC. This option is for veterans who have everything ready to go. Your medical records, your diagnosis, your nexus letter, and antibody statements or lay evidence that help support your claim. When you file an FDC, you're telling the VA, hey guys, my file is complete. You do not need to go get anything else. And because that saves them time, it usually means that your claims get processed much faster. Sometimes in half the time of a standard claim. But here's the catch. If you leave something out, let's just say it's one document. Let's just say you don't have your nexus letter and you forget to submit it. They will automatically convert your claim to a standard claim. And that means a longer wait, which means they're going to ask for a lot more information. So, if you're filing as an FDC or fully developed claim, make sure every piece of evidence is in place. That's something we help our clients double check all the time to keep your claim moving forward. For the next type, let's get into increased rating claims. This is for veterans who are already service-connected for a condition, but that condition has gotten worse, whether it's minor worsening or a significant worsening in their life. If that sounds like you can file for a reevaluation and potentially get a higher rating, which this also means more monthly compensation, as well as treatment for your condition. Now here's a few examples I'm going to go ahead and go over. Maybe you were rated 10% for a back injury, but now you need a cane or a brace, or maybe you were rated 30% for PTSD, but now you're having panic attacks every day and struggling to function at home or work. Or maybe you've been dealing with migraines, that these used to happen just once a month, and now they're happening every single day, sometimes for half of the day, sometimes even overnight. In any of these cases, you can file for an increased rating through va.gov. Now, here's the important part. When it comes to these increases and things are getting worse, you need new medical evidence showing the change. This can be several things. This can be updated treatment notes, a new diagnosis, or a nexus letter. And now what does that nexus letter do? It explains how and why things have worsened. And just a heads up, when you file for an increase, the VA can look at your whole file. If you think that your condition has improved, do not file for an increase because they could potentially reduce that rating. Only do it if it's worsened. It's rare, but it does happen. So let's just make sure your records clearly show your condition has worsened, not improved. Next up, secondary service-connected claims. Now this is one of the most powerful ways to build your overall rating, and a lot of veterans don't even realize that it's an option. A secondary claim is when a new condition develops because of something the VA already rated. Let's go over a couple of examples. You remember that 30% for PTSD? Well, let's say that you now have nightmares and you've been able to barely sleep. You develop sleep apnea. Sleep apnea would be secondary to your PTSD. Or depression that developed because you've been living with chronic pain for years and you can barely get out of the house. That would be depression secondary to your chronic pain. Now, to win a secondary claim, you're going to need 3 things. a current diagnosis of your new condition, proof that your primary condition is already service-connected, and a medical opinion or nexus letter linking the two. If you've got all three, this type of claim can stack onto your current rating and help you get much closer to 100%. That way you can get the care that you deserve. We see this a lot. Veterans who didn't know these links were rateable, but they are, and are often approved when documented properly. Alright, now for everybody's favorite one to go over, Special Monthly Compensation, or SMC. Now, SMC isn't part of the 0 to 100% scale. It's extra compensation for veterans with really severe conditions, or unique situations that require more care or support. You might qualify for SMC if you've lost the use of a limb, you're blind or deaf, you need help with daily tasks like bathing, dressing, or eating, or you're permanently housebound because of your service-connected disabilities. There's a few ways to be considered housebound. There are also situations where veterans have multiple serious conditions, like one at 100% and another at 60%. And that could qualify you for higher SMC levels. Now, this structure does get complex, but here's the bottom line. If your condition significantly impacts your ability to live independently, you may be entitled to extra benefits through SMC. And the VA does not always apply this automatically, even if they're supposed to. So if you think you qualify, bring it up. Submit it directly or reach out to someone who can help you make that case. If you need help reviewing those records, remember we're always here for you. Now, let's recap. There are 5 main types of claims. Your standard claims. What are these? These are when you need the VA's help developing your file. Fully developed claims, when everything is ready from day one and you are ready for it to go. Increased rating, when your condition is worsened. And secondary, when one condition causes another. And finally, SMC, for severe functional loss. Choosing the right path can save you time, reduce your chance of denial, and make sure you're not leaving any benefits behind. In our next episode, we'll go step by step through how to file your claim online, including how to upload your documents, track the status, and avoid the most common mistake veterans make when filing for their claims. Now, thanks for watching, and thank you for your service. I'll see you in episode 8. Take care.